The Red Sox picked up the W in the 3-1 win in Toronto last night. Clay Buchholz built off his strong start last time out, going 8 innings, striking out 5 and allowing 1 earned run. Xander Bogaerts with 2 RBIs on the night. Sox continue the 4-game series tonight. Eddie Rodriguez and his counterpart Marco Estrada will take the mound starting at 7:07 in Toronto. NBA free agency begins at midnight tonight. Bulls swingman Jimmy Butler has reportedly postponed his meeting with rival teams after receiving a max contract with Chicago. The Celtics have their eyes on free agents Greg Monroe and Tobias Harris. Again, those free agents become free agents at midnight tonight. Bruins GM Don Sweeney told the media today that goalie Tuukka Rask is not available via trade. Yesterday, the team acquired forward Zach Rinaldo from the Philadelphia Flyers in exchange for 2017 third-round pick. And today, according to the Chicago Tribune, the Bees are interested in Blackhawks winger Brian Bickle, and the team has reportedly traded goaltender Martin Jones to San Jose for a 2016 first-round pick and the rights to unsigned prospect Sean Curley. And that'll do it for sports. I'm Tyler Sullivan for Boston Herald Radio. This whole TV deal and the whole TV money thing is playing a huge part into this NBA free agency, and a lot of it too is Kevin Durant. He can be eligible to be a free agent next year in 2016, and a lot of people are positioning, like Miami, all these big markets are positioning to be able to make a run at Kevin Durant. You know, the best player to come into free agency since LeBron James Part 2, when he left Miami to go back to Cleveland, but he still kind of, you know, they said he looked around, but he basically looked at Miami and Cleveland. This guy, apparently from all reports that, you know, from Chris Broussard of ESPN saying he will look around. The Celtics are way too far away to even consider this to be an option. So it's been about a week now since the Tom Brady appeal process, and we knew it was going to take a while. I mean, obviously, this thing is going to go through so many hands and go through the mind of Commissioner Roger Goodell so many times with this Deflategate decision now. They have the 10-hour appeal last Tuesday, I believe. Yep. But I'm interested now because obviously, we're going to just deal with whatever the punishment is, whether it be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, fine. We'll go from there. And if Brady wants to go to court, then we go. You talk about that too. We can talk about that till we're blue in the face. I think that we've already kind of done that. I'm interested now to see how this affects Brady long term. I mean, when this thing first started out, I remember the Boston Herald cover, the splash was a quote from Steve Buckley in his article that said this will be with Tom Brady now, forever, today, tomorrow, pretty much forever. He listed every possible time. It's going to be with Brady forever, this whole Deflategate thing. And I want to know how much it affects Tom Brady in terms of going to the Hall of Fame and his spot in NFL history. And I think that's what his mindset is too. I think that's what he's thinking about. He's thinking more legacy than missing 4 or 5 or however many games, 3, 2, 1. So SI did this pretty cool article. They grabbed a handful of Hall of Fame voters, and they went through. I mean, one's from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Bleacher Report. I mean, they go to Newsday, the Dallas Morning News, Tampa Tribune, ESPN. They do a couple of ESPN people, and they pretty much say, listen, it's not going to hurt him too much. And they say, listen, Brady's going to the Hall of Fame. He's going to go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And one of the few things that they were saying that kind of maybe would hurt Tom Brady is in terms of first ballot Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady might not be a first ballot Hall of Famer because of this Deflategate thing. If anything, it doesn't cost him the Hall of Fame. It costs him that honor of being a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Boston Herald Radio Sports now.
The Red Sox continue the 4-game series between them and the Blue Jays tonight. The lineup is out, and it leads off with Mookie Betts in center field. Brock Holt playing second base and batting second. Xander Bogaerts is playing short in the 3-hole. Dave Ortiz will clean up in DH. Pablo Sandoval playing third base, followed by Mike Napoli at first, Alejandro De Asa in left. Blake Swihart will do the catching and bat eighth, and Jackie Bradley Jr. rounds out the order and is in right. Eddie Rodriguez and his counterpart Marco Estrada will take the mound starting at 7:07. NBA free agency begins at midnight tonight. Bulls swingman Jimmy Butler has reportedly postponed his meetings with rival teams after having a max contract offer with Chicago. The Celtics have their eyes on free agents Greg Monroe and Tobias Harris, and again, those players become free agents at midnight tonight. Bruins GM Don Sweeney told the media today that goalie Tuukka Rask is not available via trade, and according to the Chicago Tribune, the Bees are interested in Blackhawks winger Brian Bickle, and the team has reportedly traded goaltender Martin Jones to San Jose for a 2016 first-round pick and the rights to unsigned prospect Sean Curley. And the U.S. women's national team will play the semifinal World Cup match against Germany starting at 7 o'clock. And that'll do it for sports. I'm Tyler Sullivan for Boston Herald Radio.